A little bit tricky here, but good morning and welcome to another video. We're out on the trails of Helsinki Central Park. It's about 3 degrees Celsius, which is the same temperature probably your fridge is at. Mind you, someone's left the door open and the light's still on. Thanks for that. So headed out early, well, maybe not early, 9 AM, but on a weekend, that's early. Yes, that's right, I remembered what day it is. This is Saturday, and most people, I guess, would probably leave it a little bit later, and considering there's lots of sunshine, the forest is going to be pretty busy, as I'm sure it's the same wherever you are in the world. A lot more people are spending time outdoors, which is a great thing, I'm super happy about, but obviously social distancing sometimes can be a little bit more tricky in nature of all places sometimes. I just want to share a couple of things I'm really grateful for. Well, look, I'm running in a part of the forest a bit more north from where I live, and I haven't been running here for a long time because I've been obviously having this injury in my leg for quite a while and don't want to run too far away from home. Oh, I'm just so grateful and happy that I've put the hard work in and I'm reaping the rewards, and now I'm able to come out here. I was just starting to run about half an hour ago, and I was messing around with my shoelaces because I tied them a little bit too tight. Oops. Best to sort them out straight away. And some guy ran past me on the trail and he goes, "Hey, it's Marc," and he watched the YouTube channel. So amazing that in a forest in the middle of Helsinki someone ran past and says, "Hey, nice YouTube channel, thank you so much to you." And I just love that about Helsinki, that it's such a, I guess there's lots of space and everything, but we're such a tight community, and I think that goes also with trail running and running and everything. And I love that we're so together, and it's, you know, it's not just about that he recognized me or whatever, but it's about that you go out running in the Central Park here in Helsinki, and I always find people I recognize, and they don't even have to be my friends, just people who I recognize who are running, and you know, I nod my head, tip the cap to them, and that's such a great thing. And I love to have that community feel. It's so nice to see people and acknowledge each other and say thank you. So thanks to you for saying hello. It really kick-started the day off into the right direction. So today I'm wearing the Hoka Speedgoat 4s, as you can probably see already. But I'm not telling you just because I love these shoes, or you know, I'm going to do a review on them, which I will do soon. Having a variety of running shoes, I think that's something like that's really important that I've come to learn recently. So me, as a big Hoka fan, I obviously really enjoy running in them. They fit my foot well, which is what is one of the main things about it. Recently I've been buying some different types of shoes, just thinking outside of the box. what can cause a problem, or how can you make yourself even stronger or perform even better. You're going to get strong, of course, that's natural, but you're only moving in one biomechanical way. You want to make sure that you're moving in different alignments. So for instance, like for me, I bought those Adidas shoes recently. They've got a 10mm drop, and the stack height is only 13mm, where I guess like most Hoka shoes are like 23mm or something like that. So making the biomechanics work in a different way can help you improve. It did work the opposite way around as well for me, to be honest. When I got those Adidas shoes at first, I was getting quite a tight calf on the right hand side, but it wasn't an injury, it was just a tight thing because it was obviously working harder. Now, whenever I run in them, everything's fine, because I realize I need to strengthen my right soleus, my calf muscle. So having a variety of shoes in that sense can be pretty useful. Why else would I recommend you use different brands of shoes or different types of shoes? You don't have to use a different brand, but within that brand of shoes you're using, make sure you're buying or trying out at least maybe one different type of shoe. So for example, if we're talking about Hoka shoes, you got Speedgoats, Cliftons, Rincons. They're all quite cushioned, quite the same kind of style. Yeah, they do have different feels, and they're in for different purposes. And for example, the Torrent from Hoka is a completely different ride to those other shoes that I just mentioned. It's a lot more firmer, the midsole isn't as cushy, but it's still a real fun shoe to run in. I think this is my turning, maybe I've gone a bit early, but yeah, and just then that makes you also think that's why maybe a different brand shoe would be able to give you something different. And by the way, I saw this running meme on Instagram the other night. It was pretty funny. What do you think? I think it's pretty much me down to a T. So another reason why different running shoes, different brands is a good idea is because if you're doing a lot of volume of running and you're just doing them in one shoe, maybe you're getting tired legs or just tired in general, that a different pair of shoes can make it mentally a little bit different for you. I know it sounds really bizarre, but it does give you a little bit of a different, makes it feel like a different run. It makes it feels like you're not just running, but they're different types of runs because they're different shoes. Even if your muscles are fine and you know you're not suffering from bad form or you're not having an injury, lots of injuries, it can be good to have different shoes with different drops so that you can recover better. So for instance, reason why quite a lot of people when they do recovery runs like to run in ultra shoes, which are zero drop shoes, which means there's no difference between the height of the heel and the forefoot, that what happens is it really stretches out that Achilles and that calf muscle, because there is no kind of, you know, like high heel. What happens if you have a heel is that the calf or Achilles doesn't get to its full extension sometimes. Obviously, depending on what type of speed you're running at, but easy runs, I can quite confidently say that a zero drop shoe will help you stretch out that Achilles and calf area. So it's not all just about improving or rehabbing, it's also just about having a bit of variety that can help you through your weekly training if you're doing quite a lot and maybe you're getting a little bit tired. Speaking of being tired, well, I'm not actually tired, but I'm definitely hungry, so we'll run home and eat some food and drink some drink. Oh my gosh, wow, that was so good. So according to the watch, obviously, as I said, all the correct details are here, but 2 hours and roughly 19 kilometers, heart rate 130 beats per minute average, so nice and easy. And bonus, yes, that was the longest run I've done for a very long time actually. So 19 kilometers, and not just the longest run in distance, but time also. We've got to think about things like that. 2 hours out on my feet, that's a victory for me. So I'm really pleased with that. And I gave it a little bit of a kick towards the end just to get the legs moving, the blood flowing, and just for a little bit of fun. Wanted to get home to have that smoothie even quicker. So I always finish my runs around this area here, and on that building there's like 2 restaurants, and they're both actually pizza places. One's a takeaway, one's a restaurant. And you're just walking past here and you can always smell pizza. It's like, oh, I really want a pizza after that run. What are the first 2 things that you should be doing when you get back in from your run? Yes, washing your hands. And don't worry, before I picked up the camera, I washed my hands before. That one was just for YouTube. And rehydrate. I tell you what, it's really important that I continue to do all these foam rolling, physical therapy exercises, mobility, and don't get too confident, you know, that I'm feeling better, because, you know, like now I can feel like my hips are a little bit stiff, and we don't want to kind of make all this progress and just start going backwards. So you need to keep up all those things that you keep doing daily, you know, like sitting in a deep squat or whatever it is, you know, got to make sure they become routine. And it wasn't just part of rehab, we get lazy and then we fall back into some other issues or problems to face. If you didn't see the recipe yesterday, pineapple, basil, banana, and lemon juice. Oh.